this morning. Joining me right now exclusively is the CEO of Ripple, Brad Garlinghouse. Brad, it's great to see you.
Great to see you again.
Thank you so much for being here. First, assess where we are in this market, because crypto is up huge in just the last couple of weeks, right?
Well, it's been up. It came down a little bit this past weekend. But I think if you step back over the last 6 months, Bitcoin's up about 250%. I think you're going to continue to see tailwinds, partly because of the ETFs that have been approved, which you and I spoke about in Davos, but also the upcoming halving, which is imminent.
Yeah, it's a great point. The ETF introduction really broadened out the market in terms of potential users, I think, and people wanted to get in on it, so they bought an ETF to do so. But you recently predicted that the crypto market will double in size to $5 trillion by the end of 2024. That is a big prediction just by the end of this year.
Yeah, I don't even feel like it's that big a prediction when you step back. And, like any market, this is driven by supply and demand. You have decreasing supply for a whole bunch of reasons, the halving Bitcoin being an important one. You have an increasing demand, the ETF being a key part of that. And I think it's also people realizing that crypto plays a role as an asset. It's a $2.5 trillion market. Maybe it's a little less than that now. But so it's basically just predicting it's going to double by the end of the year. And if anything, I think I probably underpredicted that.
I feel like Washington is still trying to understand this market, and the people writing the legislation or potential legislation here to put barriers and around this market. I don't know that they really understand the strength and the growth story here. But you think putting regulation around this, putting barriers in place is going to be a positive for this market? There
is no question. I mean, one of the headwinds that has held back the market, the largest economy in the world, the United States, has been one of the most problematic for the crypto market. Innovation, entrepreneurs, and capital have flown into markets that have actually constructively engaged this market. So Dubai, Singapore, even the UK, the EU has passed legislative progress here. The U.S. has really been behind the 8 ball. This administration, I think, has taken a pretty anti-crypto stance, led by the SEC. Gary Gensler, as the chair, has really taken...
Because he doesn't understand it.
I think there's some...
Well, maybe he doesn't. The people working for him don't.
It's not clear to me. I mean, clearly, I think you have politicians, and I would frankly call out Elizabeth Warren goes out and says the only people using crypto are, bad actors. It's just not true. And the U.S. should have a pro-innovation, pro-compliance policy. This is good for, in terms of growing jobs, high-paying jobs, growing the economy. And I think you're seeing, people go out and just, talking points around anti-crypto that it doesn't even make sense. This shouldn't even be a partisan issue. This is about growing our economy. Yeah. This is about leading the next wave of innovation. I was around Silicon Valley when the internet was booming, massive amount of value creation, massive amount of job creation. The blockchain and crypto space is here to stay, and I think that's become clearer and clearer. But the U.S. government needs to embrace that and put those clear rules around it so that all participants can play and grow. Yeah, and I'm glad you mentioned all of those countries, because that's also an opportunity for you, obviously, at Ripple. I want to get your take on that, because you recently announced Ripple is launching a U.S. dollar-backed stablecoin later this year. You say this bridges the gap between traditional finance and cryptocurrency. Tell us how that will play out, why it's valuable, and give us the growth story for Ripple. Where does growth come from at your company in the coming 3 years? So to start on that last piece, Ripple, about over 95% of our customers are non-U.S. financial institutions. We sell payment solutions. We sell custody solutions around blockchain and crypto. We're going to keep expanding, even though the U.S. market, as we were talking about earlier, partly from a regulatory point of view, has been slow to adopt. The non-U.S. market has been really, really strong for us. And you're going to be the infrastructure around all of that. That is our goal. And we think that opportunity is huge. We think that's going to be great for Ripple. We think it's going to be great for XRP, which is a digital asset we use. So I'm very, very optimistic about that. I just think that the U.S. needs to figure it out. And the stablecoin? Oh, the stablecoin. So, like, Ripple has always been about how do we bridge this new world with a traditional kind of, people call it TradFi, traditional finance. And Ripple has always been that bridge. We started around payments and we sell into banks. A stablecoin, the demand for stablecoins has exceeded, I think, what people thought. It's a $150 billion asset class right now. Some forecast it to be over $2-3 trillion in a few years. The players in that space, particularly one called Tether, is a non-U.S. based entity. And the U.S., frankly, is kind of going after that because they want this to be regulated. Just yesterday, there's a new bill introduced in the Senate to create some stablecoin legislation, which I think is a positive step of like, hey, finally we might get some forward momentum there. But I think that market's going to grow a lot. I think a U.S.-based player who is compliance first has a great role to play.
It's a great story to tell. Brad, thank you so much for being here.
It's good to see you.
Great to see you.
Yes, you heard it from Brad Garlinghouse, the CEO of Ripple. I am extremely bullish on XRP. And I really feel that this year is going to be our year. Not financial advice. I'm a crypto teacher. I'm James Rule XRP. But I tell you what, let's look at this tweet of this video that was distributed yesterday. Brad Garlinghouse states that covered a lot of ground with morning's Maria today. The Bitcoin halving. My predictions for the crypto market by end of year, $5 trillion market cap. How pro-innovation policies in the U.S. will prevail. Step 1, replace the SEC leadership. And step 2, Elizabeth Warren's staff should read some actual facts on crypto instead of spewing constant misinformation. And why Ripple is launching a USD-backed stable coin on the XRP ledger and on the Ethereum network this year. I'm extremely bullish. I own shares of Ripple stock. I have invested in many different digital assets, including XRP, Flare, and many others. And we're going to get excited. We're going to look at the Bitcoin halving, which is going to take place in about 11 hours. We're going to look at several articles, including a project or projects that are building on top of Flare. And we're going to get excited. Now, today's episode is sponsored by iTrustCapital. I tweeted out this video again. I reviewed iTrustCapital last week. You need to watch it. And you can learn how I tripled my entire retirement of 30 years of blood, sweat, and tears in 3 years with iTrustCapital by putting my money where my mouth is, by putting all of my 401ks and IRAs and savings and dirty cash into digital assets, which have tripled in 3 years. Check it out. There's a link below. iTrustCapital allows you to trade 24/7, 365 in digital assets and gold and silver. There are no monthly fees. There are no charges to transfer over an existing older 401k, IRA, etc. Click on the link below. Tell them James Rule XRP sent you by. Let's take a look at the numbers on this Friday. Friday, baby. Total crypto market cap is up a little bit, $2.439 trillion. If we zoom in, Bitcoin is up to 64,908. Ethereum is up to $3,098. Solana is $144. XRP is 50 cent, baby. Cardano 47, Stellar 11, Render 820, Hashgraph 8, HBAR 8. VeChain is 4 cents. Algo is 17 cents. Quant is $107. Flare Network is up to 3.2 cents. XDC is 4 cents. Casper 3 cents. VTHO Fuel token is 0.3 of a penny. And Songbird is a penny. Do your research. Get excited because whenever we have a massive Bitcoin bull run post-halving, a lot of money is going to pour into the alt coins. Let's go. Barry C is a real good friend of mine. He's from Australia. I join him on many of his Twitter spaces. He's in Australia. It is evening now in Australia. He's going to experience the Bitcoin halving in the morning when he wakes up. We're going to experience it tonight, probably about 9 to 10 p.m. Eastern time in the United States. Well, Barry made a comment here. And I retweeted it out and I said, look, well said, Barry C. I'm super bullish on XRP. Let's look at this thread. This is from Barry C. There's only a few months left for retail investors and individual investors to accumulate cheap XRP. The Bitcoin happens in less than 12 hours, which means we're closer than ever to a full crypto market bull run. And this time around, there is not anything holding back XRP. We have legal clarity. We know XRP is not a security. We know the ambitions of mass global adoption for XRP and how XRP will change the way we conduct finance. Once that bull run kicks in, we will see XRP skyrocket to its previous all-time high of over $3. And then we will be in price discovery mode. 50-cent XRP will be a thing of the past when we are sitting at $7 to $10 XRP. For those of us who have accumulated between 44 cents and 60 cents over the last year, we will be called lucky. However, I would argue it's not luck. We know what we hold when it comes to XRP. We know how XRP will change our lives for the better. And that's why when XRP is cheap, we accumulate. We know the decisions we make right now will pay off in 4 to 6 months. Recycle and love the XRP community. Retweet. Very well said, Barry C. From your mouth to God's ears. Let's keep it going, baby. All right. I'm extremely excited about the XRP ledger, the XRP community, as well as the Flare community, Kinetic Markets, Sceptre, Flare Networks. And this is massive. And this is coming very soon. I'm going to show you the diagram here. There's a Medium article. I'm going to leave a copy of it below. Check it out. You're going to be able to stake your wrapped Flare or Flare through Kinetic interface or on Sceptre. You're going to get S Flare in return for staking the wrapped Flare or Flare. Supply your S Flare on Kinetic to earn rewards and enable borrowing. And check this out. Flare drops and P-Chain staking rewards will be compounded into your total staked amount and given to you when you unstake your S Flare. Kinetic and Sceptre bring liquid staking to Flare DeFi. This is the illustration. Everything happens for a reason. All the green arrows are rewards and yield. Check it out. I'll leave a copy below. I'll leave a copy of the Medium article below. Get excited. Compound interest, staking, liquid staking, Flare, and all the above. Get excited, people. Okay, here we go. XRP community. Emi Yoshikawa announced yesterday that Japan's SBI Group plans to issue NFTs built on the XRP ledger. It says Japan's SBI Group is planning on issuing NFTs built on the XRP ledger during the World Expo 2025 held in Osaka, Japan. Let's take a quick look at the article. It says, according to marketing material released before the event, those attending the upcoming expo will receive exclusive NFTs of Mayaku, which is the official character of the expo. These non-fungible tokens will be given away at the event starting from April 13th, 2025. Here is Emi Yoshikawa's tweet yesterday. At the World Expo, minted by the XRP Ledger, will be distributed to millions of visitors. You can get NFTs by visiting the expo and completing missions. You can get additional NFTs by using Expo mobile payments. Get excited. XRP Ledger, NFTs, non-fungible tokens, tokenized assets, CBDCs, digital dollars, stable coins. What more could we ask for? Okay, the Bitcoin halving is going to happen roughly in 10 hours, 53 minutes, and 49 seconds. There are 66 blocks remaining, a target of 840,000 blocks. Bitcoin price is currently $64,552 per token. How long is it going to take for Bitcoin to reach 80,000, 100,000, 150,000 after the halving? When that happens, how long is it going to take for the altcoins to blow up with a massive bull run? Let's wait and see. This article came out from Cointelegraph. Thank you very much this morning. 5 things you didn't know about Bitcoin halvings and the Bitcoin price. Check it out. We're going to look at this article. Yashu Gala, thank you very much for your contribution. It says, as the market approaches Bitcoin's fourth halving on April the 19th, today, let's explore 5 intriguing facts about this phenomenon that may surprise even the most seasoned crypto enthusiasts. Check this out. We're going to go through it. Bear with me. It's a lot of useful information, a lot of aha moment information. And I'm educating you because what I like sharing with you. Every 4 years, the Bitcoin community celebrates the Bitcoin halving. Many Bitcoin market analysts view this as a quadrennial milestone event due to its historically bullish impact on the cryptocurrency market as a whole. As the market edges closer to Bitcoin's fourth halving on April the 19th, let's dive into 5 fascinating facts about this phenomenon that even seasoned crypto enthusiasts might not know. Let's zoom in a little bit. Bitcoin's price is up over 650,000% since the first halving. Historically, Bitcoin's price has increased following the halving, though this largely hinges on the balance of supply and demand. It says that historical data provides some insights. After November the 28th, 2012, the day of Bitcoin's first halving, its price climbed from $11 to then record high of $1,240 a year later. Similarly, after the second halving on July 2016, Bitcoin's price surged from around $650 to a new record high of $20,000 in December of 2017. In May of 2020, after the third halving, Bitcoin's price boomed from around $8,800 towards $69,000 in November of 2021. So Bitcoin's return since the first halving stand at an astounding 650,000%. Multiple catalysts have spurred demand for Bitcoin following its halving events. For instance, during 2020 and 2021, a generally dovish stance by global central banks significantly contributed to Bitcoin's price rally. Halving tests miners' economic resilience. Each halving reduces the income that miners receive for verifying transactions, making profitability more challenging, especially for those with higher operational cost. This situation pressures miners to either upgrade to more efficient technology or cease operations. For instance, after the third halving in May of 2020, the average cost to mine 1 Bitcoin rose, as the blue wave in the chart below illustrates. The rise in operational costs squeezed small players out of the market, potentially increasing network centralization. Pre-halving price rallies can be speculative. The anticipation of a Bitcoin halving often leads to speculative price increases. For example, in the 6 months before the 2020 halving, Bitcoin's price increased by over 40% from around $7,000 in November 2019 to approximately $10,000 by May of 2020. These gains are often driven by speculative investors hoping to capitalize on the post-halving price increase, reflecting historical patterns and leading to volatility. The theory behind a post-halving price increase is based on a supply shock. With each of the first 3 halvings, the daily production of Bitcoin decreased from 50 to 25 to 12.5, and most recently in 2020 to 6.25 Bitcoin per block. This reduction can lead to significant price movements if demand remains strong. For instance, the year following the 2016 halving saw a nearly 300% rise in Bitcoin's price, partly attributed to the supply shock. Macroeconomic impact on Bitcoin's halving cycles. The broader economic environment plays a crucial role in shaping the impact of Bitcoin halvings on its price. For example, the 2020 halving coincided with the period of loose monetary policies, including near zero interest rates in the United States. This unique situation contributed to Bitcoin appeal as a digital gold, helping its price to soar from around $8,000 at the time of the halving in May 2020 to an all-time high of nearly $69,000 by November of 2021. The last Bitcoin halving will occur next century. Thanks to the halving process, the final Bitcoin is projected to be mined around the year 2140. After the last halving, miners will no longer receive block rewards in the new Bitcoin, but will rely solely on transaction fees for revenue. This shift could fundamentally change Bitcoin's security and economic model, influencing everything from miner participation to transaction cost. What is going to happen? 10 hours, 47 minutes, 26 seconds. How long is it going to take for the price of Bitcoin to go up to 100K? You know, we've seen a massive bull run on Bitcoin here recently because of the ETFs released in the United States. How bullish is everyone going to be on Bitcoin? How bullish is everyone going to be on altcoins once they start taking profits off of the top of Bitcoin? Get excited, people. James Rule XRP, the James Rule Crypto Show. I want to thank all of the new subscribers out there. I want to thank you for following me and hanging out there with me. It's been an incredible ride. I've been out of work for 7 weeks because post-surgery, and I go back to work Monday. But you know what? I'm going to keep creating content. I'm going to continue to get it out there to you because I'm passionate about doing this, even though work is going to be a distraction, and work is temporary, people. I repeat, work is temporary. So have a good day. Have a great weekend. James Rule XRP is out of here. And I told you so.